To enter the court of the Chinese emperor, one had to bow thrice and kneel with their head touching the ground 9 times. This ritual emphasized the emperor's supreme authority. Napoleon once said, "Let China sleep, for when she wakes, she will shake the world." At a time when Europe was embroiled in conflicts after the fall of the Roman Empire, China was united, prosperous, and engaged in global maritime activities. The Chinese viewed the outside world as barbaric, and even appointed a barbarian manager to handle foreign affairs. Admiral Zheng He, a Muslim from the Hui community, was a pivotal figure in China's global engagement. Born Ma he was captured, castrated, and brought to serve in the Ming court, where his intelligence and maritime skills earned him the name Zheng He. Between 1405 and 1433, he led 7 massive naval expeditions, visiting regions from Southeast Asia to Africa, establishing trade and diplomatic ties. Zheng He brought back exotic animals and goods, and his voyages symbolized China's global influence. However, after the death of the Yongle Emperor in 1424, China's maritime adventures came to an abrupt end. The succeeding emperor believed these missions were wasteful and focused resources on defending against northern invasions. Consequently, Zheng He's achievements were disregarded, and China's naval capabilities were dismantled. Zheng He died on a voyage to India, and with him, China's era of global maritime influence ended. His symbolic grave remains in China, though his body was lost to the sea. For the next 400 years, China isolated itself, cutting off most international ties except limited trade at the port of Canton, Guangzhou. This policy left China unaware of the Industrial Revolution sweeping through Europe. While China's population grew rapidly, its economy relied heavily on the export of silk, tea, and porcelain, accumulating vast amounts of silver. However, this created a trade imbalance frustrating to the British, who had little to offer in return. To counter this, Britain began smuggling opium from India into China, despite its prohibition in both countries. By the late 18th century, opium addiction was rampant among the Chinese population, including public servants. This illegal trade drained China's silver reserves and devalued its currency, plunging the economy into chaos. In 1793, King George III sent a delegation led by Lord Macartney to China, ostensibly bearing gifts for the emperor's birthday. In reality, the British sought to establish a permanent trading office in Beijing to control the opium trade. The emperor dismissed their request, refusing to treat them as equals. Insulted, Britain intensified opium smuggling, exacerbating China's social and economic problems. By the 1830s, opium addiction had become a national crisis. Lin Zhechu, appointed as a special commissioner, took drastic measures to end the trade, including public executions of smugglers and the destruction of opium stocks. In 1839, he famously destroyed over 20,000 chests of opium, sparking the First Opium War. Britain, angered by this loss, launched a military campaign against China. The war ended with the Treaty of Nanking in 1842, forcing China to cede Hong Kong to Britain, open multiple ports to foreign trade, and grant extraterritorial rights to British citizens. This treaty marked the beginning of China's century of humiliation, a period characterized by foreign domination and internal turmoil. The opium trade and the subsequent wars left deep scars on China, but also served as a catalyst for eventual reform and modernization. China's journey from this period of humiliation to its resurgence as a global power offers enduring lessons in resilience, self-reliance, and the dangers of isolation and complacency in a rapidly evolving world. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and share it to others.